One of the most important parts of growing vegetables at home is being able to eat them. Follow us on our journey through our Sunday lunch and see how we've made use of our vegetables this week. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notified of any future uploads. So it's an exciting day today. It's one of those days where most of the vegetables that we're eating are actually our own produce. Here you can see that Ken's already prepared the cabbage, and we'll show you a bit later what he does with that. And excitingly, here we go, the first of the carrots pulled up from the garden. We've already taken up the garlic that we were growing, and that is safely stored in a darkened place. We are now getting to the stage where the onions that we planted are actually bending over and are ready to harvest. So what we're doing is we're just taking those up as they bend over, and we're starting to dry them out. We're very much hoping it's not going to rain in the next few days, because as you will see, we've got quite a lot of onions that we've got to dry, and they'll very probably keep us going throughout the winter. Those of you who have followed the channel will remember that some time ago I planted cabbage seeds, potted them on, planted them out into the garden, and now see what's happening to them. This is cutting one of the cabbages, not the first one. You can see that they're all turning in beautifully. Look at that, isn't that lovely? The others won't be far behind. Good job, we like cabbage, eh? So that's the vegetables brought in from the garden. And now to the cooking. Perhaps you can tell us what you're doing here with the vegetables today.
Yeah, well, first of all, this is a real homegrown day for vegetables. So in here, first of all, I cut up a medium onion out of the garden, a single garlic clove that Lindsay grew out of the garden, and then one of our cabbages, which I cut up into sort of shreds. This is just one cabbage here, beautifully fresh. I cut it this morning out of the garden. So I've cut it up in a fairly thin strip. The cabbage is cooked, well, the onions and the garlic is cooked first of all in some black pepper, butter and a small splash of sesame oil, and then soften them off first, and then put the cabbage in and just sort of keep the cabbage moving. And I have to add it a bit of a time till it goes down. But it's just a beautiful, fresh, tasting meal for a sunny summer's day. And the other veg we've got today, of course, we've got carrots out of the garden, and also we've got our own potatoes out of the garden. So the virtual.
And as quick as a flash, it was off to the table. We finished off with a crumble, this time made out of not only rhubarb from the garden, but also blackberries that were picked from last season. Unfortunately, it was gone before we could photograph any more.